Hello everyone, welcome back to my review channel, and today I'm going to be doing two comic books, the new ones from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is number 16 in the series, so this is the new TMNT, and also the new issue of Savage Dragon, the newest issue of Savage Dragon, 183. Now I'll start this off with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It ended off with very beginning of the fight between the Ninja Turtles and yet to be known as Slash. They haven't named him yet, but we all know that to be Slash. If you ever got into the old cartoon, old toys from the old cartoon, that's what it is. So they're starting to incorporate more and more characters from the cartoon to the series, and I'm liking that. As an old nostalgia thing, I kind of like it. It's going to give a lot, and it'll just be fun to see who they want to bring in next. Anyways, so we get the fight between the Ninja Turtles and Slash, and for the most part, Slash is beating their asses. Slash is just tearing them up, and they can't do anything about it. It's badass. It's so cool. So you get that. You get Baxter Stockman. You see the Technodrome being built behind him. So he's still working with Krang on this other dimension, and Krang is pretty much there where he's like, okay, this is it, we're going to squash the rebellion. And they talked about that a few issues ago between Krang and the rebellion of other alien creatures, alien beings. So now he's like, okay, now's the time, let's go do this. So it's pretty soon we're going to see what happens with that. But it goes back to the Turtles being squashed by Slash. April O'Neil and Casey Jones decide to go look for the Turtles. They find the Turtles in their new living space, which Donatello found. And by finding them, it surprises the Turtles, surprises Slash, and what accidentally happens is when Slash gets surprised, he lunges for Leonardo, they tussle, and he accidentally gets a sword in his shoulder down his gut. This is totally on accident. Leonardo feels absolutely terrible because he felt like this was another brother of theirs, and none of them really wanted to fight, especially Leonardo, because he just felt like, they came from the same place, from the same people, in almost the same way. So he's felt terrible after this, but by the end of it, right after that, Slash just ran. He just jumped in the sewer water and just ran. So they couldn't catch up with him, and all the other turtles were just too hurt to follow. But by the end of it, epilogue is Slash gets tossed ashore, and he gets woken up pretty violently by a kick, saying, "Hey, we have things to do," and it's none other than Hobbs standing there. It's like, "Hey, we got people to kill. It's me and you, buddy." So there's that, end of that issue. And then you see the next issue, right here. Krang with, all of his other family and buddies next month. So there we go with that. Pretty good. I like that issue. I like this issue a lot. Just because there's this Slash just tearing things up. Now, let's move on to Savage Dragon, number 183. Now, this is also a flip book again with Vanguard. And it's just an ongoing Vanguard story. Last month, there was a big special Vanguard number 1. It was Erik Larson's first Vanguard story, and yada yada yada. And I didn't care about it, and I don't even care really about these. I think I've mentioned that before. Vanguard, I like Vanguard. I just don't like the stories that they're giving to him right now. It's just little mini stories, and I'm not really down with the artist at all. I'm just not into it. Anyways, not even what it's about. It's about Savage Dragon, number 183. So, from this issue, from what we get the last issue, Overlord just blew a hole right through Malcolm Dragon, and that's how it ends. So, this issue, Angel steps to the plate trying to fight Overlord. Is able to beat him up a little bit, but Overlord just swats her to the side, and leaves they take Malcolm Dragon to the hospital. Of course, he heals up because he has Dragon's blood in him. He's Savage Dragon's son. He's going to be able to heal up too. Again, this is classic from like Savage Dragon, the first like 25 or 30 issues or something. It was kind of like this, like Overlord blows a hole through Savage Dragon, but he heals up and comes back. Anyways, at the hospital, he heals up. Meanwhile, Angel graduates from high school, and you get to see Thunderhead from like last issue back to the gravesite, and all of a sudden someone comes alive from the grave, but you don't see who it is. So we'll see that pretty soon. You see this alien ship coming into Earth. We already know. If you've been reading, we already know who that is. That's a Savage Dragon in this ship. It's an enemy ship. So they blow it down thinking it's an enemy, but you don't see who's inside. While it switches back to the hospital scene with Malcolm and Angel, everybody's there by Malcolm Dragon's side. Someone like, one of, what? Daredevil? Yeah, there is a character called Daredevil in the comic book. I could go into like why he's called Daredevil. He's the original Daredevil. Before there was Marvel's Daredevil, there was this Daredevil. You don't believe me? You need to look it up. Image or like Erik Larson himself bought the rights to a bunch of like, I think Silver Streak Comics issues back in like the 40s and 50s. These comic books were coming out, and this character was called Daredevil. He had none of Marvel Daredevil's powers, mind you. He's not blind and stuff. Doesn't even look like him. But there's this big legal thing where Marvel's like, we don't care if you name Daredevil. It's just, he can't be on the cover with the name Daredevil and stuff like that. But this is what he looks like. That's just what he looks like. But this is an original character from like the 40s or 50s or something. I can't remember the exact date, but like I said, Image or Erik Larson himself bought the heroes from this entire universe and put them in his comic book. And this is one of them, Daredevil. Anyways, one of Daredevil's group of guys, helpers, finds Overlord, mentions it to Malcolm Dragon and Angel while in the hospital. Angel really quickly runs, and Malcolm like follows, still in like hospital apron. Angel fights Overlord. Malcolm comes in, and they both get beat like just instantly. And then all of a sudden, big splash page, Savage Dragon like right there. He's like, it's time. It is time. Old times right here, dude. Savage Dragon beating up on Overlord. Awesome splash page. This surprises the kids. They're like, Dad! And Savage Dragon beats up on Overlord, tears his armor off of him, and you get to figure out who is beneath the armor. It's none other than Flash Mercury! Again, okay, let's go into detail who Flash Mercury is. Flash Mercury is the original, when Erik Larson, when he was younger, before he made Savage Dragon, he was contemplating ideas for Savage Dragon. And probably one of his very first idea for Savage Dragon was Flash Mercury. It's this guy, a regular guy, who had like put on a mask. That was like his mask right there, and he looked like a dragon. But it evolved, and now when he came out with Savage Dragon, it actually was a dragon, and yada yada yada. It was actually this guy, Savage Dragon. So he threw away the Flash Mercury idea, but he brought him back into Savage Dragon universe, like, I don't even know, a long time ago. And you've been wondering who's been under this Overlord armor, and it's been this guy. So I don't know why he decided to make Flash Mercury a bad guy, because throughout this whole time, Flash Mercury's been a good guy, obviously. But for whatever reason, he's donned the Overlord outfit, and now they kind of made him a bad guy. But there we go. Savage Dragon beat him up a little bit. Now they took him to jail. The very last page is saying, basically the chief of the police force is I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you're under arrest. So they have to arrest Savage Dragon for all the things he did as Emperor Kerr, mind you. They're arresting him for for what he did as the Emperor Kerr persona. And that, he basically killed a lot of people. A lot. But there we go. Very good stuff, dude. I love both of these issues for different reasons. Again, you got a big, awesome Slash versus the Turtles issue with this. Awesome. I mean, Slash just beat him up. I mean, I can't, it's awesome just to say that. Because in the cartoon, you'd get something like pretty weak, and then they have to end it like barely won or something. But this, he beats the crap out of them. Slash don't give a fuck. It's awesome. And in Savage Dragon, I love it because Savage Dragon's back. He's back. Please, Erik Larson, please, I'm begging you. Don't make this a Malcolm Dragon story. It's too soon. It's too soon. You're pushing Malcolm Dragon very hard. In my eyes, it seems like you're trying to push Savage Dragon to the side. Maybe even kill him off, like, for good one day. And have Malcolm Dragon replace him. I'm begging you, please don't do that. I'm a big, big fan. I've been a big fan since issue 1 of, like, the first 4-issue series. I just don't... There would never be enough Savage Dragon stories for me. And I just think you're taking it really too soon. Like, you want to... Yeah, he's like 50, but you killed him off like 4 times now. Why not just take the Marvel and DC approach to it and just kill him off and bring him back young again? You know, that's just my opinion. You've already killed off him and or this Savage Dragon world like 4 times. Why not just make him young again? You could keep Malcolm there. There's no reason he can't be there. You are making him a strong character, a strong personality, a strong character, which I like. You got a good developmental stories here with Malcolm Dragon and with Angel. I just don't want to see. I'm not buying a Malcolm Dragon Angel comic book. I'm buying a Savage Dragon comic book, and that's why I love it. I mean, that's why I love it. But again, that's just what I want to say. Please, I beg you, don't do that. Don't do this to me. Please, Erik Larson. But anyways, awesome comics. Awesome comics. Go out and get them. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for your time. I will see you guys again very soon. And thank you very much for watching.